Digital oil wells. This mental model or framework is one of the most important lessons I ever learned from Kevin Hutto. Kevin Hutto is a friend of mine. He passed away last year. We used to chat on Zoom a lot. He's the most successful marketer you've never heard of. He's the guru behind the gurus. I guarantee you that you've seen some of the ads and the gurus and the guru pitches that he had a hand in, because he literally made the gurus. He just never wanted to really come out behind the scenes. So he and I, through a pretty random series of events, started hopping on Zoom for a few hours every week, twice a week, 2 hours a call. Just talking. Now, one of the things I look for in this world are frameworks and mental models. This is why my time traveling, I spent 5 years as a full-time digital nomad, kind of like lived and bounced through something like 25 countries, something like that. Getting to see how other people live was extremely valuable for me. So getting to talk with Kevin Hutto and understanding how he sees the game of business was incredibly helpful. And the concept that you're learning today that he taught me is the idea of digital oil wells. Now, this is a big picture idea. So in the puzzle analogy, right, this is looking at the box. And it's important to have appropriate frameworks and mental models that help you have the pictures in your mind of what you're creating, because the subconscious mind operates on imagery. So an oil well. Why an oil well? Why is this such a great analogy for building a business? Why is it such a great framework? And what's the process? It's a 3-step process, and we'll cover both of those here for you today, so you can kind of get up to speed, because I guarantee you in the future, I'm going to be referencing oil wells, saying things like, oh, that'd be a great oil well. We already use this term, this vernacular in our business, right? When I'm talking with Sean, my ad guy, when my wife and I are talking, when we're looking at things out in the world, we're like, oh man, that's a brilliant oil well right there. Bingo. We're all on the same page. We get what that means. So why oil? And he always started off with a Jed Clampett and the Beverly Hillbillies. Dude's out on his farm with a shotgun. He shoots at a rabbit, misses the rabbit, hits the ground, gusher. Black gold. Spewing out of the ground. There's a little picture for you. So the concept here is that oil, there's pressure. The oil actually wants out of the ground. Your marketplace, your audience, there is already demand within your audience. They already want to buy things. There's buying pressure there that you have to tap. And once you tap it and follow the 3 steps, it can just flow and flow and flow and flow and flow. That's the big picture. And if you've listened to my video where I taught the number 1 marketing lesson from breakthrough advertising, which I'm just going to read you that passage. All right, so this is straight out of breakthrough advertising. I'm quoting him here. Copy cannot create desire for a product. It can only take the hopes, dreams, fears, and desires that already exist in the hearts of millions of people and focus those already existing desires onto a particular product. This is the copywriter's task. Not to create the mass desire, but to channel and direct it. He's saying the same thing. There's pressure. Now, this is opposed to the idea of a gold mine. Gold is always trying to go deeper in the ground. It's heavy. It's one of the heaviest minerals out there, or metals, or whatever it technically is. Not a geologist. But I know that the gold over time is going farther away from the surface. It's trying to work its way down onto the bedrock. It's running away from you. I don't want a business that requires me to expend more energy and more effort to get more gold. The gold rush of 1849 at Sutter's Mill in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Do you know how he found that first gold? That first nugget of gold that started everything in 1849, the California Gold Rush? His onions. Dude literally went out to his garden, pulled up a bunch of onions, and there was a gold nugget hanging off the bottom of them. So that was the easy to get gold. What happens when all the easy to get gold's gone? It's really difficult. So today they use gigantic machinery, immense amounts of oil and energy. They got to go through thousands and thousands and thousands of tons to get grams and ounces of gold. Gigantic processing plants. This is the hard way to build a business, and this is the way I would argue that a lot of people are going about building the business. The really, really hard way. So I want you to understand how these oil wells work so you can see the world through this framework, see the world through this mental model, and you can make better decisions that will help you build more oil wells. So phase one, as a digital wildcatter, which is a wildcatter is someone who's a freelance oil worker. Phase number one is discovery. And you get a couple of questions that you're after in this discovery phase. First, is there oil here? And second, can I get it out of the ground profitably? So this is just testing. So let's say you're into soap making and you're wondering if there might be an oil well there with soap. Well, you could go to bulkapothecary.com and get a few bars of white label branded soap by simply giving them a label for your brand. Pretty easy way to get your hands on a little bit of inventory. Go over to Etsy, list it on Etsy, run a few Etsy ads. Can you sell it? That's the discovery phase. Now, this is not only relevant to people selling physical things. This is true for affiliates. This is true for my YouTube channel. So if you look back through my first 90 videos, I was looking around for the oil. And the oil was attention, to be honest, in those days, right? That was the result. That was the pressure I was trying to find within the marketplace. I knew a lot of stuff about business, knew a lot of stuff about marketing. But where is there pent-up demand within the marketplace that overlaps with what I know? I didn't know when I made video number 1. I didn't know when I made video number 2. Truthfully, the first real hit I found when I was like, damn, there's some oil here, was making videos on Facebook ads, which was somewhere around video 85 or something. It was at the tail end of that 90-day challenge. So the analogy is that I was wandering around a big empty field, YouTube, and technically I know there's oil somewhere under the ground here, and I'm going to poke me down some test holes. Talked about funnels. People aren't all that interested in funnels. Talked about affiliate stuff. Talked about mindset stuff. Know your why. It didn't really pop off. Made a how to advertise on Facebook video. Bingo. Results. A flood of views showed up from that test hole. So I use that analogy to help you understand that you don't have to have physical product. You don't have to have digital any products in order for this framework, this mental model to still assist you in your business. Can you get it out profitably? Now, when you first go drill your test holes, all you want to see are sales. It actually doesn't matter if you're making money. So in the example of soap making, let's say your cost of goods sold is $5 a bar, and it's costing you $7 total to make to sell a $5 product. You're net negative $2 per bar that gets sold. But somebody bought it. And what if you got a dozen bars and that was your test? And although you lost $2 a bar, you sold all 12 of them within a couple of days. Bingo. That's what I'm looking for. That just means you got a $2 gap. You just got to fill the gap. That's not that difficult. Figure out a way to fiddle with the shipping prices. Figure out a way to just change the prices. Just raise the price. See if that works. Try bundling bars of soap together until you get profitable. Maybe selling 3 bars for 15 will get you where you need to be. But you've proven that there's pressure there in the market through that discovery phase. So that brings us to number 2. Well, let's use digital examples and maybe even memberships real quick on the discovery. So over the last 8 months, I've created, a dozen or so little info products, lots of templates and trainings, little courses, launching them out. I'm measuring the conversion rates. Send it out to my same list. I got this one group of audience. How well did that one do? How well did that one do? How well did that one do? I'm just punching test holes to see what my audience wants, what they actually respond to. I'm not running a survey. Hey, do you think you would like this or that? I don't care. What are they willing to pull out their credit card for? Aha, that's what I'm looking for. And right now, a clear pattern has emerged within this product line that I've created, and I'm building a newer, bigger product that's going to be more valuable. It's going to be video, not just text, and it's going to be really focused on the one thing that more people pulled out their credit card for. Bingo. I found the pent-up demand. And in my membership that I used to run, it was a similar idea. I opened the doors. I said, hey, I'll help you in your business through my forums and through live Zoom calls on a regular basis. Bunch of people signed up for that one. Hundreds and hundreds. I had over 1,000 members. And then I was in there in the trenches. What are they working on? What's their problem? What's their big problem? What's actually holding them back? Which is two-sided. What do they think's holding them back and what's actually holding them back? Okay. So there's many different ways that this works. In one sense, you're fishing around for product market match. You've probably heard that phrase before. Silicon Valley types. Venture capital folk like to use that one. Founders use that one. It's an incomplete idea, by the way. And I'll probably expand on that and complete that idea for you so it can make more sense here in the future. But it is that kind of an idea. So number one is discovery. Is there oil here and can I get it out of the ground? Then when you've proven this whole soap thing, it's working. And so one of Hutto's idea, his best idea for discovery, he wanted to do print on demand shirts and hats about conspiracy theories because he just thought we were living in this golden age of conspiracy theory. Everyone's off their rocker in all these crazy ass directions, and everyone wants to wear a visual display of their favorite controversial conspiracy theory. And that was his idea. And then so the thought was he'd shift around and try all kinds of stuff. He'd do Sasquatch stuff, UFO, alien shirt ideas. Birds are not real, if you're familiar with that one. Okay, so he would do a lot of little print-on-demand products that were designed by people on Fiverr, right? Or somebody in the Philippines or something. Super inexpensive designs. List them up, see what actually starts to sell, and then essentially build a brand off that. So let's say the Sasquatch ones thing worked. That's where the oil was, let's say, which we never got to testing on that. But then, cool, like let's build out a whole brand and a whole product line around Sasquatch. Let's just go all in there because we've now proven that the marketplace, which is essentially Etsy tied into a printful shop, we proved that that's where the oil is. Great. Try 20, 30 different things, see what works the best out of those attempts, build on that. And so part two is building the pump. So this is the mechanism to actually get it out of the ground. This is your traffic and your conversion, right? Your content and your conversion processes. Etsy, Gumroad, eBay, Udemy, etc. These are marketplaces. And he always liked the idea of go where people are already buying things. Sure, eventually we'll build out our own funnels. Eventually we'll bring our own traffic to the priority. Eventually we'll do all of the things. That's phase 3, spoiler alert. But the goal is really to see, can you do 5 or 10 sales a day? Cash flow positive? You don't want to spend months building all that shit out on your own. Got to test quickly. Got to keep going. Is this the one? I don't know. Let's go. Do they want the Sasquatch stuff? The hat, the shirt? I don't know. Let's go. More ideas, more testing, more quickly. Hustle. Like the time is of the essence, because it is. Okay, so the pump is, can you generate daily sales, multiple sales a day, pretty much every day, consistently on one of these platforms? So again, in his example, he was going to do Etsy ads running on all kinds of keyword search phrases. So if you go to Etsy.com and you just start typing in like Sasquatch t-shirt, another example of this would be like cryptocurrency t-shirts and cryptocurrency hats, right? Because there's people who are just so fanatical about their favorite thing that they want to wear it. They want to wear the display, right? Like the ETH maximalists want to wear the ETH symbol. The Bitcoin maxis want to wear the Bitcoin symbol. Bingo. We now have this whole pool of people who are crazy about their thing. Let's go see if we can work with them. In the physical world, you can talk about golfers, fishermen, gun folks, right? Selling paper targets is an example. Somebody who buys a bunch of paper targets, bingo, you know the stuff they're into. You can sell them all kinds of stuff over time if you can find a way to just really get this machine, get this pump running to sell a few paper targets a day. That's a way to build a customer list. Once you have a customer list, you can sell them all kinds of stuff. So daily sales, and it was always advertising and offers. That's it. The offer obviously is your product and your sales letter. Got to sell the thing. Uploading a Sasquatch hat and titling it Sasquatch hat and having the descriptive text of Sasquatch hat. Probably not going to sell your shit. actually have to write sales copy. Because they want to wear that Sasquatch hat because of what it says about them. It's an identity. And you need to help them realize when they're looking at your listing that this hat will give them the emotional thing they actually want, which is that identity. And if you don't help them understand that after they click on your ad, think, oh, that's kind of a cool hat, click, read. If they don't get that this is going to give them that feeling of importance, this is going to give them the dopamines of the treasure hunt. If you don't help them realize that, they ain't going to buy, which is why sales copy is so important. And a byproduct of this game is that you'll be writing lots of sales copy because you'll be drilling lots of test holes, and every test hole needs some sales copy. So phase 1 is discovery. Punch in a bunch of little holes, anything selling. Cool. Once you find something that sells, build out a system, build out the pump, the mechanisms to get it out of the ground, which is running ads to your listings. Now, if you've got courses, if you're trying to do the course thing and you're personal finance and you're trying to teach people personal finance stuff, or use me as an example, right? Creating all of my little templates. I have enough of the bits and pieces that I'm not going to go list my stuff on Udemy. I don't care about that marketplace. I don't care that they have thousands of visitors a day or whatever it is buying things. I don't care. I'll just run my own ads because I have those skills. But if you don't, you can leverage those types of platforms. This isn't a work for 3 years and eventually figure out if it works. Nah, start drilling your test holes. Figure it out. Go. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. Personally, I would run Facebook ads to Samcart products. That's what I do. Deliver it with Samcart, and it's a pretty easy pump. And then phase 3 is the refinery. Now, the refinery is where you automate damn near everything. Customer support, for example, right? You don't want to be fielding that in your Gmail box once you're really trying to scale it. And this is where you're really just trying to get all the value out of it. So the refinery, you automate the BS that has to be done and turning up that traffic. This is when you would consider building out your own product on your own system and selling it from your own ads. And this is true for Etsy. You write the Sasquatch shirt, because if you're making daily sales with Sasquatch hats and Sasquatch shirts on Etsy through Etsy ads, well, what if you run some Facebook ads to your own sales page? What if you do a free plus shipping Sasquatch shirt and then you upsell the hat and the sticker? What if you do a free plus shipping sticker? Aha, that's the one, right? Because it's easier. It'd be cheaper to print and cheaper to ship. So let's run through this real quick. Discovery. Trying a bunch of stuff, bunch of different conspiracy theory symbols as shirts and hats. What sells at all is question number 1. Let's assume and just say, for the sake of moving forward, that the Sasquatch stuff starts to work. Perfect. Now, in that, I'm going to drill down in that vertical more, and I'm going to build a pump, which is a mechanism right there to see, can I get daily sales? Now we're testing the depth of the marketplace. How much oil is in the ground here? How big of a pocket of oil? Yes, there's pressure. Yes, there's sales coming out. But is it a trickle? Because some oil wells are gushers. They'll pump thousands of barrels a day, every day for hundreds of years. Other oil fields, you might get a few barrels a day. Might run for 2-3 years. It's okay, because you can automate it. And this is what we do in the digital oil well world. We go stack these things up. Right? My affiliate sites that are in these random ass niches. Bingo. Oil well. Perfect. It's running on its own. I don't even think about them. Money shows up because it's automated. A lot of my wife's products, her MP3s, automated, right? So in the discovery phase, we are just as quickly and broadly as we can punching lots of holes, which means we're listing products, we're offering products, we're seeing what things sell. Where is that pent-up demand within the marketplace? Where is the pressure within the audience? Bingo. Made some sales on this one. Cool. I'm going to go farther in that direction. As I mentioned, that same theory does apply to organic content marketing as well. It's how I ended up making an opt-in page for my Facebook ads stuff. That's why I have a Facebook ads course, because it was all proven that there was pent-up demand inside of the marketplace from those early videos when I just started showing what I was doing to run my Facebook ads. So number 2, on the Sasquatch. Sasquatch is working. I got shirts. I got hats. I'm trying to find a way to make sunglasses if I can, and stickers. Can I get daily sales on Sasquatch stuff running ads on Etsy to sell my stuff? Theoretically, it's all integrated to where the fulfillment's 100% done for me. Bingo. Check that box. It works. Great. Now, I was able to, on Etsy, get a message in front of people looking for conspiracy theory stuff, looking for Sasquatch stuff. Okay? This is the easy stuff. These are the easy people. They're raising their hand because they're typing into the search bar on Etsy, Sasquatch hat. I display an ad every time somebody searches Sasquatch hat. They find mine, they buy it. That system works. Great. Can I scale this thing? And this is where we build the refinery. So on the refinery, let's say I go to Sticker Mule and I get 1,000 stickers cut, like die cut stickers, really cool stickers. Okay. So I think a 4x4 sticker off the top of my head was something to the tune of like 50 or 60 cents per piece. So about 1,000 of them is like $60 or something like that. So then I make a sales letter for a free Sasquatch sticker. Just pay shipping. I like this because it would cost me a stamp and an envelope and the time to write someone's address on an envelope to ship that thing out. So rough math, I have no clue what a stamp costs. I'm thinking a stamp is around 50 cents. Please adjust that if I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't use stamps often, but let's say an envelope's $0.25. Let's say a stamp's 50 cents. And let's say the sticker's another 50 cents. I'm $1.25 to their door in the US. Cool. So can I do a free plus shipping sticker offer that has a t-shirt as a bump, a hat as a bump, and then the one-click upsell is some bundle poster thing? Can I scale that to the unwashed masses on Facebook? If you can, there's billions of people on Facebook. That's the refinery, okay? That's taking an idea that works in this small little area and seeing if we can go mass market with it. And then you just want to systematize everything. So your traffic should be as systematized as possible. He was a big fan of Google Display Network ads, actually, because once you get them set up and once you figure them out, they can run for almost ever. I have not cracked that code yet, but we're still fiddling with it. Facebook ads is still the main place where I'm driving most of my traffic. And then the systems, okay? So I mentioned literally stamps and envelopes. One could say that that's in the building the pump phase, but I guarantee you with a little effort, you could find a print-on-demand place that would allow you to do print-on-demand stickers, and they deliver them one-off for you. Probably costs a lot more than doing it yourself, which is why I think doing it yourself is probably a good idea to test. But alas, I would test it out, I would prove the model, and then I would build systems around it. And if the price increase from $1.25 to, let's say it was $4 to get some third-party company to do that for me, well, I just have a gap I have to clear. If I was profitable when I was doing it at $1.25 and I'm now not profitable when it cost me $4, that's the price I have to pay if I want to automate everything. Or else Get your kids to write the addresses on the envelopes and send them out. Making 10 sales a day, great. Because here's what would happen in that scenario. You wouldn't be dealing with an average order value of a sticker. I see generally 30 to 40% of people taking me up on the bumps when they're written appropriately, when they're done right with good copy. I see about 25 to 30% of people taking me up on my one-click upsells. That's where you make all your money. That's where the average order value, right? It's not pay $3.95 shipping and handling to get a free sticker. Most people spend 15, 20, 30, 50 bucks because they like it. They like your little sticker that was in the image of the ad on Facebook, and you got that image on a shirt and on a hat. Well, they might just want to get the hat and the shirt too. And then the automation. They check out on Samcart. Samcart sends the order over to the print-on-demand system. The print-on-demand system handles the fulfillment. If they reply to any of the email addresses, it goes over to Freshdesk. Your customer support representative sees it as a ticket. They log in and do it. Bingo, you're out of the loop. And it just runs. Maybe you're the traffic person. Maybe not. I was for a very long time. Now I'm not. And then what do? This is the magic of the digital oil well system. Because once you've discovered that there's oil there and you've proven you can get it out of the ground and you've built the pump, proven you can get daily sales, that this thing's going to pump for a while, and you build a whole refinery on top of it, well, here's what you don't do. You don't try to scale this thing as fast as humanly possible because you could break your systems. Ask me how I know. Every oil field has a capacity at which it can run consistently for very long periods of time without stressing out the components so bad that it breaks them. That's what we like to build. So your Sasquatch oil well, once it's all done and tested and automated and the refinery's built, it might generate $615 a day, and that's just what it does. And of that, $413 might be your cost of goods sold. Therefore, you've got yourself, damn it, I didn't write those numbers down. I don't know, 200 something bucks profit, whatever it was. Cool. Go build another one. Do it again. And again. And again. And so this is how you can replace job income, 9-to-5 income, working for the man that you hate income, okay? So while you're doing that BS, you're over here working on your oil wells. You get one working, cool, there's $300 towards the cause every day. Bingo, perfect. $300 a week towards the cause. Bingo, cool. How many of those oil wells do you need at $300 a week to fire your boss? It's just math. So you go back, do another one. Cool. Well, Sasquatch worked. What about aliens? What about UFOs? Now, if you hate conspiracy theories, if it bothers you for some reason that people think and enjoy for whatever reason this world, then don't go into that world. Do what you enjoy. Maybe soaps and bath bombs and aura sprays and essential oils and flower sprays and those types of things. Maybe that's your world. Maybe you're like, yeah, Miles, now we're talking. Cool. Bulkapothecary.com. Go get some private label bath bombs made. They make them. They'll customize the ingredients for you if you want. They'll even put your label on it so it'll be your brand. Cool. Or maybe you're a fitness instructor and you do an arms class, a abs, a core, a chest, a legs, booty workout. I don't know. It's that philosophy. And if you're an affiliate, let's say you got a big old niche site on photography. Well, what are people actually interested in? Lenses? Lighting, strobes, backdrops, camera bodies, point and shoot, webcams. I don't know. That's why you got to go through the process of discovery first. Then you build the pump and the refinery. And on your affiliate site, you might end up having 7, 8, 9, 10 little oil wells bringing in all the cash flow. Most of my affiliate sites have hundreds of posts on them. That's discovery phase. It's also proving to Google that I'm publishing enough content for Google to like what I'm doing. And then out of those, I don't know, 20% bring in all the money, 80% just help me have the authority I need so Google ranks me. Perfect. And that's the big idea. And I just look down at the clock and it's 36 minutes. And I love it. Again, this has been fun to just turn on the microphone and riff. Record in the morning, didn't know what I was going to record about at breakfast, came down after breakfast. Here it is, 9:22 in the morning on March 15th, 2022. And I'm going to get this wrapped up and go work on my shop. Done for the day. Because this is a part of my oil well. And I ain't selling you nothing. Right? That's not the point. That's not how it works. We're not always selling. But I am going to take a look at how many people download this thing. I am going to take a look at the response, see if any of you hit me up on Twitter and say, damn, Miles, that digital oil wells idea, that one's stuck. I'm looking for those data points, but I'm just going to keep wandering around the metaverse here with you in audio format, plugging little holes in the ground and seeing if there's oil anywhere. And when I find it, well, I'll start building the pump. Now, if it keeps printing out sales every day, put a refinery on top of that thing. Let it do what it does. I'm not going to run it too hard. Don't want to break it. I'm going to let it pump at the rate of demand within the marketplace. And then I'm going to go get to work figuring out my next oil well. And that's the masterclass course thing I'm working on right now. And that's after selling a dozen or so templates, most of which didn't do too well. That's fine. Got a few things that worked, and if I group them all together and look at it through another lens, aha, that might be one offer right there. Bingo, that's what I'm going to go build. And this is how the process of moving forward into a niche, into a world, into an audience that you don't know much about, this is a mental map, a way of thinking about the process to go from uninitiated in that space to, aha, I now know what this pent-up demand is within the marketplace. Not only that, but I got a thing that people buy. Not only that, but I can actually make sales consistently every day with this thing. Bingo. Let me see if I can scale this thing to the great unwashed masses through Google ads, YouTube ads, and Facebook ads, because I could reach 3 billion people on those 3 platforms. And then I do it again. And it's actually kind of fun. And this is the game that I actually play. This is the meta game, right? This is the game within the game. Looking around for the different oil wells. Sometimes in our business, we're looking back at things that Melanie launched 3 years ago. Like, wow, that did so well. What if we took that and added this newer thing to it and we rebranded it as this and bingo, would that be a good oil well? Boom, we set it up, run it. Sure enough, making sales every day. I got a few things every day, make 10, 20 sales on these 5 or 6 products every single day. I don't have to touch them anymore. I don't have to fiddle with them anymore. They're automated. Okay, this is getting us to that automated income. Starts with one. There's $50 a day from one, $150 a day from the next one. The third one, I get $200 a day. The fourth one's $75 a day. At some point, you're making enough every day from your oil wells that you can fire your boss. And the oil wells can operate on different platforms with different traffic sources. They can be in different niches. They could be in different, or they're in one niche for one audience, and they could be different like product lines, for example. I got a friend, Matt Giovanisi, in the pool care. Like he teaches how to do pool care stuff. He has affiliate links, and he also has his own physical products, all right there under one brand, always being a service to that one group of people, but he's fishing around for the different oil places within that one lot, within that one plot of land. That's his land. It's his blog. It's Swim University. That's his real estate that he's built, and he's hunting around for those oil wells on his piece of land. And he's transitioning from being an affiliate to a product creator to a real true business owner who is no longer precariously nervous about Amazon sending his commission rate to zero. He's got his own products now. He's got his own funnels. He's got his own way of selling them. He's got his own traffic systems, and it's working. Bingo. It's a more diverse business that brings in more cash flow than it did before. More security, more cash flow. Awesome. That's what we do. One after another after another. We're stacking oil wells, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed this. Kevin and I, before he passed away, we attempted to start a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, we were titling it Optimize for Everything. If you want to hear his take on this and some of his random musings, the dude, I swear to God, one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life. He made $1 million a year. I think his first year making $1 million a year was 2003. It was the same year I made my first dollar online. And he's done 7 figures a year, every year from 2003 until he passed away this past year. Okay. Like, the dude's a fucking legend that nobody knows about. And we chatted for a little over an hour 15. So if you enjoyed this conversation, you want more, and you want to hear it from him directly, go to YouTube, search on YouTube, Optimize for Everything, Miles Beckler, and you'll find it. It's Miles Beckler and Kevin Hutto. He has some videos on YouTube as well. If you just search Kevin Hutto on YouTube, he's one of those people. When I found him randomly through a random ass search, I watched all his stuff because he's really freaking smart. His delivery wasn't as polished as some of the gurus out there that he helped. But boy, he's actually the brain behind all the gurus. And that's the kind of stuff that I get sucked into. So I appreciate you. I hope to be including the oil well vernacular more. If you have questions about this, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know. I'll answer the best I can. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate having this moment with you. And go kick ass. Let's go drill some test holes. Let's go discover where the oil is. Let's build some pumps. Let's prove the systems. And let's build out some automated refineries so you can enjoy that automated cash flow. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.